We need a
I don't
theme
know, do we
tune.
have music?
We can make a theme tune. Quiz. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. I'll do that again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Ladies and genitals, welcome to Quiz in Your Quarantine. One will rise, one will fall, but who will be crowned the king of quarantine? Last time we saw T claim victory over Martin, but who will be the victor today? I'm your host, Owen, and today's contestants are Bota and ShadowDuelist. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, doing great.
I'm getting along there.
Right, let's get right into it. So round one is basic. General, well, it's not general knowledge, it's going to be a bit tricky, but, general trivia. So round one, each question is multiple choice, and each correct answer will get you 1 point. Bota, you can go first. Which of these was not the code name for a Nintendo console? Is it A, Project Cafe, B, Dolphin, C, Katana, or D, Revolution?
The first one was Project Cafe.
That was the first one, yep. Second was Dolphin.
I'll select that one. I know Dolphin and Revolution were one. I think that was GameCube and Wii, respectively. I'm not sure on the third one, but I'll say Project Cafe.
You going for Project Cafe? I'm sorry, you are incorrect. Katana was actually a code name for the Sega Dreamcast. Project Cafe became the Wii U. Dolphin became the GameCube, and the Revolution became the Wii. So, no points. Cool. ShadowDuelist. Which musical artist launched their own internet service provider in 1998? Is it A, Trent Reznor, B, Madonna, C, David Bowie, or D, Dolly Parton? So which musical artist launched their own internet service provider?
I'm gonna go with Trent Reznor and be prepared to be wrong here.
You're going with Trent Reznor, and you're being prepared to be wrong.
Yeah, I got nothing to go off of except I know Trent's a cool guy.
Well, it's a good job you prepared to be wrong because you are wrong. The correct answer was David Bowie. David.
Oh, I never would have guessed Bowie.
He started his own internet service provider called BowieNet, and it was $19.95 per month or £10 in the UK. It offered users 5 megabytes of web space each and a davidbowie.com email address.
Oh.
Okay.
Pretty snazzy, yeah? So, Bota, your next question. Apollo 17, the final manned mission to the moon, also brought along which animals? Is it A, mice, B, ants, C, goldfish, or D, frogs?
I know that goldfish have been in orbit. I don't know if they've made it to the moon. Actually, yeah, I'm going to say goldfish because I think that would have been like an experiment of how they would deal with like low G swimming. Like they'd probably already done 0G, but low G. So yes, I'll say goldfish.
We're going for goldfish. We're locked in with goldfish?
Yep.
Incorrect, I'm afraid.
What, mice?
It was mice. Yeah, their names... The names
I thought that was like too simple. It's, of course they bring lab mice.
But no, there were 5 of them.
It took that long to get mice.
5 mice. They were called Fee, Fi, Fo, Fum, and Fooey. These mice, along with the Apollo 17 crew, were the last Earthlings to orbit the moon. One of them actually died during the flight, and the other 4 were dissected afterwards. So, a lot of respect to Fee, Fi, Fo, Fum, and Fooey.
When did the one die? Did they at least make it to the moon? Or was it like on the trip back?
I don't know. I don't think it made it to the moon.
Like if Fooey was like, listen, I don't belong here. You guys got a good thing going. I'm gonna you're good.
You gotta go on without me, guys. No, that was way too
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. All right, Shadow, you ready for your next question?
Yes, give it to me.
Okay, so Photoshop was originally developed as an image viewer called Display before moving on to becoming a fully fledged image editor. What was it called before becoming known as Photoshop? Was it A, Edit Pro, B, Photo Pro, C, Image Pro, or D, Paint Pro? So you've got Edit Pro, Photo Pro, Image Pro, or Paint Pro.
I'm gonna guess Photo Pro. I think Image Pro is a different thing that exists, and Paint Pro probably is like 7 different things that exist.
Right, okay, so you're going for Photo Pro?
Yeah, that seems like a thing Adobe would do.
Okay.
This is early days of Adobe. Who knows?
You said Image Pro sounded like something that already existed.
Was it Image Pro?
You should have gone with your gut, because in 1988, after discovering the name Image Pro was already in use, Thomas Knoll renamed the software Photoshop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And later that year, the license to distribute this software was bought by Adobe. So that was pre-Adobe. Pre-Adobe.
Wow.
So as it currently stands,
at least one other piece of software, if not like 7.
Yeah, Paint Shop Pro was, I think, Coral, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's the first piece of software I learned to make lightsabers on. So as it stands,
Ryan W. method, After Effects.
It was still the Ryan method, still using my Gaussian blurs, just different program. So as it stands, Shadow, you have 0 points. Bota, you also have 0 points, but can you
neck and neck?
Can you change the tide with this next question?
I feel like changing the tide would have been a good lead-in for the moon question, actually, but go ahead.
Oh, don't do this to me. Okay, so in 1999, the smallest digital camera available was made by which company? Is it A, Logitech, B, Nintendo, C, Kodak, or D, Nokia?
This was too early for the flip camera to be a thing. Let's see. Nintendo, Nokia, Kodak, and what was the other? Logitech was the other choice?
Logitech, yeah.
In 99. I feel like that's just on the cusp of webcams becoming a thing. And considering I'm looking at a Logitech webcam right now, that's kind of where my gut feeling is going. Do I second guess that? Kodak didn't get on digital until way too late. Nintendo feels like no, they weren't. There weren't, to my knowledge, any. Ooh. Nintendo Game Boy camera.
You're going for Nintendo with a Game Boy camera?
I'm going for Nintendo.
I think it's the Game Boy camera as well.
You're locking that in?
Yes, I am, especially because now chat is like agreeing with me before you told me.
Ding, ding, ding! Correct.
Yes!
The Game Boy camera was given a spot in the Guinness Book of Records for being the world's smallest digital camera. Bota, you've got 1 point.
Hooray!
How's it feel?
It feels infinitely better than 0 points.
Well, is it going to last long? Shadow, your question. In order to get theaters to show Star Wars, 20th Century Fox had to package it with another movie they were sure would be a hit. What was this film? Is it A, The Other Side of Midnight, B, The Black Pearl, C, Julia, or D, Wizards? So Fox, they had this movie called Star Wars. They thought, no one's going to want to show this. Right, we'll just bundle it in with this film, so cinemas have to show it. What was that film?
Can you give me the options again?
Yep, it was A, The Other Side of Midnight, B, The Black Pearl, C. Julia, or D. Wizards?
I have a feeling it's the other side of midnight, but I don't know where that comes from.
You just gonna go with your gut? You going for the other side of midnight?
Yeah, I think so.
Ding, 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 ding. You are correct. The Other Side of Midnight was based on the widely successful novel by Sidney Sheldon. Although it was a modest hit, its success was nothing like Star Wars. So, Shadow, you're on 1. Bota, you're on 1.
We're both on the board.
So
Hooray!
your victory didn't last long, Bota.
Well, they just got to pull ahead again.
Right, well, it's time for your next question. Yahoo's web hosting service, GeoCities, was once the 3rd most popular site on the web. Which year did GeoCities get shut down? Is it A, 2004, B, 2012, C, 2006, or D, 2009?
Off the top of my head, without being given the answers, I would have said 2010. So it's definitely either 09 or 2012. Of course, hello Rafe Wolf in chat, who definitely knows this because web is her job. Not with GeoCities, but that'd be amazing if. Anyway, talk my way through this. I want to say 2012 just because it's bizarre that it lasted that long, but frankly, even 2009 would have been bizarre. I'm trying to think of where I was living when I heard about that. I'm gonna say 2009.
You going for 2009? You're going to lock it in?
I'm gonna lock in 2009. 2012 just seems a little too ridiculous, but I know it wasn't any of the earlier two.
Your insights serve you well. You are correct.
Yes!
There were at least 38 million GeoCities pages before it was shut down. But interestingly enough, GeoCities Japan only shut down in March of 2019. So, they were still, for whatever reason...
Go Japan.
Japan was holding on to GeoCities as long as they could.
Raise your hand if you had a GeoCities site.
Yeah!
Dude, it was great for just this. Hey, yes, websites are a thing, and anybody can make one. Like that was awesome because now you can look at the Space Jam site still up and say, yes, you could have made that in GeoCities. But when that first came out, that was still like the specialists hired to do that kind of thing. So
I had so many GeoCities sites. So many.
I had probably more than one, but it's about
How many of them had under construction gifts?
Every single one.
All of them.
So, Bota, you're on 2 points. Shadow, you're on 1 point. Can we make it 2 on 2? Your next question. In 1950, Time magazine, for the first time ever, gave their Person of the Year to a group of people instead of an individual. What was this group? Was it A, American women, B, the American fighting man, C, US scientists, or D, the protester?
The protester was more recent. 50s.
1950, exactly.
In the 1950 exactly. They could have done scientists around then. But it doesn't feel right for 50. So I'm gonna go with the American woman.
You going for American women?
Yeah.
I'm afraid you are incorrect. The right answer was the American fighting man. This was
one of the two.
Yeah, this was to represent US troops fighting in the Korean War. The US military was once again given this accolade in 2003 following the Iraq War. So that is the end of round 1. Bota, you're on 2 points. Shadow, you're on 1.
Hooray!
How's it feeling?
I think this is already a higher scoring game than the inaugural one, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, the next round is all video games, so maybe you'll fare a little bit better, the pair of you. So for round 2, it's a game of higher or lower. I will give you the name of a video game along with its Metacritic score. I will then give you the name of another game, and you have to guess as to whether its Metacritic score is higher or lower. You will have a total of 10 games, with each correct answer being worth 1 point. So, Shadow, seeing as you are not in the lead, I'll let you go first. Your game is Sonic Heroes. The Metacritic score is 73. Your next game, 73 for Sonic Heroes.
All right, then.
Your next game is Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Is that higher or lower?
Ooh, okay. If Bounty Hunter is not higher than Sonic Heroes, then I want to be wrong.
So you're going higher.
I'm going higher.
Incorrect. Bounty Hunter was 67.
Oh, a full 5 points, 6 points lower.
That's criminal. That's criminal.
Wow. And like low 70s is kind of like a floor for Metacritic. Like under that, something's got to be wrong. It's one of those like scales that are like really inflated.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter wasn't a fantastic game,
no,
but I would put it above Sonic Heroes.
and here's an interesting thing: is that was when we were getting a lot of Star Wars games. So, it's not as good as a lot of these other Star Wars games that are coming out now. Like we get two Star Wars games a decade. We would love to have just some crap Star Wars game shoved out to us
with an actual story. Wow!
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So you were incorrect for Bounty Hunter, but your next game is Max Payne 3.
Okay.
So
and
Bounty Hunter got
this. Okay, so then he's going from Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, from Bounty Hunter to Max Payne 3. Is it higher or lower? So Bounty Hunter was 67.
Was Max Payne 3 bad enough to get below a 67? It wasn't. It was playable. I played the first like 2 levels and said I didn't want to play anymore. But below a 67 on Metacritic would be real low. I feel like it has to be higher, just because of how low Bounty Hunter got.
Okay, so we're going higher?
Yeah.
You would be correct, but you may be surprised at the score. 87.
87 for Max Payne 3?
87 for Max Payne 3.
Wow.
Your next game is Tomb Raider 2013.
This game was pretty well received.
Yep.
I seem to recall. So we're gonna go with higher and hope it actually got the ratings it deserved then.
So Max Payne 3 was 87. Tomb Raider was 86.
Oof.
I don't have a hat around here to eat. I'll do that off the street later.
Okay, so
86, huh?
86. And I will say for a lot of these, they are multi-platforms and Metacritic lists it, as each console or platform being a different score. I just went for whatever was the highest.
Right.
So
okay, cool. So
Tomb Raider got 86 on, I don't know, Xbox maybe.
Something.
Yeah. So Tomb Raider was 86. Your next game, Super Mario Sunshine.
Okay, so Sunshine is a classic that is well beloved now, but I seem to recall a lot of people weren't, like, it got a little bit panned on release. So I could be recalling incorrectly, but I seem to recall that back then we were like not super into Sunshine. So I'm gonna go with lower.
You're going for lower than 86.
It's a Nintendo game. Don't send it like the Mario game. How low can a Mario game go? Like, it's a good game. Oh, this is hard.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, how much of the score is affected by what people expect out of how good a Mario game and Nintendo game should be.
I'm gonna go with my gut and say lower.
You're going for lower than 86.
Yeah.
You would be incorrect. Super Mario Sunshine got 92.
92. Wow.
92.
So the
So
reviewers knew what was up, and it's just the players who were like, "This game's not what we
yeah,
wanted."
I remember at the time being a little bit, it's not Super Mario 64. So there was a bit of backlash over that, and there was a bit of like general kind of GameCube backlash anyway, which may have colored opinions.
Sunshine's kind of tedious, so like once you're like really playing it, it's like I'm just collecting more shine. So
I've got to say,
okay.
I do love Sunshine. So
now everyone's
92.
like Sunshine was a good game, but at the time we were like not real into it. I seem to recall.
Yeah, well, I think Nintendo stuff tends to come in waves. Whatever is the current Nintendo game, it gets bashed on. And then later on down the line, anyone who grew up with it thinks it's a classic. So it's just the way Nintendo games seem to go. But anyway, Mario Sunshine was 92. Your next game is Portal.
Portal has to be like 97 or 98. We're going to go with higher.
You're going to go for higher?
Portal. We knew Portal was good when it came out. Like, we'll go with higher. Yeah.
You're going for higher? You'll be incorrect. Portal was 90.
90.
What?
Just under Mario Sunshine.
Amazes me.
Yeah, like I remember it being a short game, but I don't remember anything negative being said about Portal at the time, or frankly, in the intervening 13 years.
Like Portal came out and everyone was like, you have to get the orange box just for Portal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I've got like 2 or 3 copies of the orange box lying around here.
It amazes me it got a 90. Wow.
So Portal was 90. Your next game...
Your trick questions.
Your next game is Ninja Bread Man.
This has to be some kind of shovelware. We're going to go with lower. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going for lower.
Ninja Bread Man. Yeah, we're going for lower.
You would be correct. Ninja Bread Man was 20.
20, yeah.
Was not very well received at all.
Oh, but just you wait. You think that's going to be easy from there? He's going to come up with like 5 more just awful games. Big Rigs Over the Road Racing.
Yeah, Ninja Bread Man. That 20 is just for the title alone because it's a great title.
Yeah, someone had that title and was like, "We have to make a game," and they made a game, and it's not good.
No,
but it was worth making anyway.
So the next game, Ninja Bread Man, was 20. The next game is The Hobbit from 2003.
I played this game. It's not good. It's more than 20. It's got to be more than 20.
So you're going for higher?
We have to go up. We have to go higher. Just because it's a Hobbit game. Like, they can't have gone too low just because it's a Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be hitting that Metacritic floor. We'll go with higher.
Going for higher. You would be correct. 62 for The Hobbit.
Yeah, like, that's what I expect for a game that is on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game.
It has to be stupendously bad to be under 50.
Yeah.
It's a game. You press buttons, things happen.
The under 50 has to be really bad, and it can't be a named franchise. Like,
no.
It can't be anything major.
Yeah.
Okay, so The Hobbit was 62. Your next game is Alone in the Dark.
Didn't play that one. Didn't hear much about it. The name's familiar. It's probably higher than a 62. We'll just go higher.
We'll go higher?
Yeah.
I'm afraid you're incorrect. It got 58.
Yeah.
There were multiple different Alone in the Dark, right? Like, was there like a one that came out later with the same name?
Maybe I'm thinking of the original one.
Okay.
So I did not.
I mean, like, that's like lower, but just barely. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a newer version.
I think I could be mixing it up with something else.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's got like a modern reboot. It's got a nice name. It's worth reusing.
I mean, there's been a fair amount of horror games that have had their fair share of reboots or sequels where they just decide not to use a number anymore.
Yeah.
Right, Shadow, your final game in higher or lower. So Alone in the Dark was 58. Your final game, Guitar Hero Rocks the 80s.
It's the 80s.
I vaguely remember that being a thing.
Yeah. So if it was just Guitar Hero, that's higher. Like, that was pretty popular. But Rocks the 80s is... I think that was like when we were all over music games already, right? But really, like, Rocks the 80s is going to heavily depend on the song list they got. And I don't know what that is.
It was also like that was that time of rhythm games where it wasn't like when Rock Band and after Guitar Hero World Tour where you could get games and just import their song list into the newer games. This was just there was this disc and it was this game sold for I don't know $40 for however many songs they had.
It was essentially an expansion pack.
Yeah, a standalone expansion.
Yeah.
Let's assume they got at least a couple of good songs that were popular enough to push this above. What was the last 58? Yeah, let's assume we've got like something Aussie or something on here to like push this above a 58.
Okay, so we're going higher.
We're gonna go higher.
Okay, so Alone in the Dark was 58. Guitar Hero Rocks the 80s was 69. So you get a point for that.
All right.
And after that round, Shadow, you are on 5 points. Bota, you are on 2 points.
Okay. 4 for 10. Worse than I thought I'd do, but okay.
Right, so Bota, your first game was Red Steel, and that got 63.
Okay. I vaguely remember that being a thing, yep.
Your next game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
You said like 1 through 3, I would have said higher. Just like that. 5, I didn't even know they did 5. No, that was Ride that came with like the skateboard controller. 5. Let's say higher.
So you're going higher than 63.
Higher than
Tony
63.
Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
Yeah.
You'll be incorrect. It got 39.
What?
Ooh.
39.
Like that's not even like the soundtrack would have been awful enough to not justify it.
I know, I couldn't believe that when I saw it myself, but then again, I also didn't know there was a Pro Skater 5.
I know!
I think there's a reason we don't know there was a Pro Skater 5.
Pro Skater 5 was like a Game Boy game that came out in 2008 or something.
So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
Shadow's looking it up right now.
I'm curious. Pro Skater 5. I'm like, how?
I believe that there's 13 Tony Hawk games, but it's just like main series. I thought went up to like 4 and then was Ride.
Oh, it came out in 2015. Holy shit!
What?
Oh, it's this one.
It's that recent.
Yeah.
It's this one, he says.
I saw the cover and I was like, I remember.
Revival.
I remember this cover and people being.
Okay, now I also. Okay, so 50. Oh yeah, okay, I remember that now. Okay, so that was what, 58 again?
No, 39.
30, oh right, yes, 39. Yeah. Okay, so from 39.
Your next game, GoldenEye 007. N64 version.
You're pulling my leg, right? Higher.
You going for higher?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you should be sure. GoldenEye 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those, okay, so maybe, like, if it took a little bit for people to warm up to it, maybe, but it was, like, such a classic.
Yeah, there's no way it was getting below 39. GoldenEye was 96. Your next game, BioShock Infinite.
BioShock Infinite. I'm going to say lower.
You're going for lower? Okay, so GoldenEye was 96. BioShock Infinite was 94. So just about.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking it might have been like high 80s. Because I remember it like its reception was that it was different enough, which threw people off, but it was also fresh. So I was okay. There was just enough difference to throw people off that I would be very comfortable calling that lower than 96.
Right. So BioShock Infinite was 94. Your next game, Duke Nukem Forever.
Lower.
You going for lower?
Lower.
You would be correct. 54.
That game was so delayed and so not worth it. It should have remained unreleased to this day, and it would have been a better game than it actually was. I'm not saying out of being developed, just out of being a good joke.
Okay, so Shadow and Boat, you're both neck and neck at 5 points right now. So Duke Nukem Forever was 54. Your next game, Pokemon Colosseum.
Colosseum. I know very little about it, but I'm going to say higher because Pokemon
Okay.
and Nintendo.
So you would be correct to make that assumption. Pokemon Colosseum got 73.
Yeah, okay.
73.
Okay, 73 is kind of like anybody's game as far as like where we're going from here, but okay.
Okay, your next game, Jackass the Game.
Lower.
Lower.
I know nothing about it, but I have to assume lower.
You would be correct. Jackass the Game got 58.
Strikes me as one of those like, okay, I was going to say strikes me something that probably got 20 or...
Yeah. So no, it did all right.
Not quite that much.
With 58.
Okay.
It did okay. Your next game? You know, I randomized these, but I probably should have looked over them because I think your one seems a lot easier.
There's a lot,
Yeah.
I'm going to admit, there's a lot more obvious bouncing back and forth. Instead
Yeah.
of, ooh, that's really close.
Your next game, Jackass the Game, was 58. Your next one, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Higher.
Going higher. Yep, 93. 93 for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Your next game, Gears of War 4.
No, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm like, Skyward Sword was considered awful by like Zelda standards, and it was still just, yeah, that was up. Okay, Gears 4 after Skyward. How much did Skyward Sword get again?
93.
93. Gears 4 couldn't have been 93. It's got to be lower than that.
You going for lower? You would be
Lower.
correct. Gears of War 4,
Gears of 4.
which would have
Gears
been
of
a
4.
better title. 86.
Gears of that would have been.
86. Okay, lower but not like grossly so.
Yeah, it's not super low. The next one, your next game, Gears of War 4, was 86. Your next game, Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13.
Lightning Returns was not the same as Final Fantasy 13. There was Final Fantasy 13, then there was Lightning Returns.
Yep.
I think 13 would have been higher, but Lightning Returns, I'm going to say lower.
You going for lower?
Yep.
You would be correct. That was 69 for Lightning Returns. And your final game, Mass Effect Andromeda.
I fecking love this game.
I enjoyed the shit out of Andromeda, just saying.
Yeah. I am going to say higher. Because Metacritic is different from whining fanboys. And while it did have a lot of issues on release, I think it was still solid enough to be higher than 60s.
Okay, so Mass
So
Effect
higher.
Andromeda
Andromeda higher.
was 76, so you would be correct.
Okay.
At the end of round 2, Shadow, you're on 5 points. Bota, you are on 11. Although I will say, you probably did get a lot
I
easier
benefited
of a round.
from an
Yeah.
easier list. But that's just because I did so well in the previous round, which is to say beat by 1 point, that I got access to the easier list.
I really should have proofread those.
No, but I
Anyway.
really like that format. That was really fun.
That was super cool.
Right, so the
Alright.
next round may also be super cool. Who knows? It is Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Both Magic
Right,
the
this-
Time to make up some ground.
Let's do this.
See, I'm going to be guessing this entire round.
So both Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are incredibly popular trading card games. I will give you the names of 6 cards, and you will have to tell me whether they are from Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Each correct answer is worth 1 point each. So, Shadow, seeing as you're not in the lead, you can go first again.
All right.
So your first card.
Check the list. Make sure that they're.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I've checked. Then
Yeah.
again, I don't know what is easy or not with this myself.
Yeah.
I've went on a
Alright,
Magic website and clicked random. I went on a Yu-Gi-Oh website and clicked random. So I don't know.
All right.
So your first card is Soot Imp. Is that Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh?
That's Magic.
You going for Magic?
I'm going for Magic.
Magic. You would be correct. A Soot Imp is from Magic. Your next
Ding.
card.
I think I can picture the art.
Your next card is Lilith, Lady of Lament.
I don't think Magic would name someone Lilith. It's too close to Liliana, so we'll go with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Going for Yu-Gi-Oh. You will be correct. Your third card, Rose Princess.
That sounds so much like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's got to be a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
You will be correct. Rose Princess is Yu-Gi-Oh. Your next card, Iron Bully.
Bully.
Iron Bully.
I think this is a Magic card.
You think this is a Magic card? You're locking it
I
in?
do. Yeah.
You'll be correct. Iron Bully is Magic.
Wow.
Your next card, Blade Knight.
Ooh, that could go either way. Blade Knight.
Is this knight starting with an N or a K? Trying to help him out here.
With a K. With a K. Kinnigat.
I'm gonna go with if it feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh kind of name, but this could be a Magic card like an earlier set.
So you're going for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
You would be correct. That's 10 points you're on now, Shadow. And your final card, Mystic of the Hidden Way.
That is Hidden Way. Is this a morph card? I think this is a Magic card.
You think it's a Magic card? You gonna
I think
stick
this
with
is
that?
a Magic card. Yeah, I think it's a morph card that like gives mana when you flip it up.
Right, well, you have 11 points, and you got all 6 of those correct. Well done.
I'm thinking like if he sweeps this, he catches up to me. And
so you
like,
are both on 11 points right now.
Chad has been freaking out this round.
Oh, I need to see
he
the
was
chat.
sent for this. End of Matrix. Neo ropes the helicopter.
Oh,
he is
man.
the chosen one.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, I hope to do half as well.
Right, are you ready for this? Let's do it.
Sure. Let's do
So,
it.
Bota, your first card is Moon Sprite.
Crap.
Is that Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh.
Moon Sprite.
I'm going to say Magic.
You going for Magic? You'll be correct. Moon Sprite is
Hooray!
indeed from Magic the Gathering. Your next card, Drooling.
He's sending you to the Shadow Realm, Boater. Ha!
Okay, so here's something really interesting. I've had this tag of ShadowDuelist for ages. I'm not into Yu-Gi-Oh! I came up with this tag before Yu-Gi-Oh! Had the Shadow Realm. I had it first. Fuck off, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
This round is personal.
Give me the next one.
Right, Bota, your second card, Drooling Grudian. I may be saying that wrong. I do not know.
Can you spell the second word for me?
G-R-O-O-D-I-O-N.
Like it would help me.
Drooling Grudian.
I'm gonna go with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because an ON sounds more like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing. If it was a different vowel, I think it would be a magic card.
Your insights
So Yu-Gi-Oh!
do not serve you well. That's a Magic the Gathering card. Your next card, Evil Swarm Golem.
Evil Swarm Golem. I could see that one being magic as well, but that one I'm gonna keep trying to say Yu-Gi-Oh! And see until it sticks. So we'll say Yu-Gi-Oh!
So we're going for Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Evil Swarm Golem is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Your next card, Death Cult Rogue.
Death Cult Rogue.
I feel like for these cards, they just like pick 3 random words and just throw it out there.
Yeah.
Death Cult
like,
Rogue.
like
Let's go.
Yeah,
go.
It's like Death Cult. Oh, that fell off the dartboard. Grumasian? Death Cult Rogue. Let's say magic.
You're going for magic. You will be correct.
Okay.
Death Cult Rogue is indeed Magic the Gathering. Your next card.
So many of these could be wonky mid-90s Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, like
Yeah.
Magic it, has a defined style and such now. Not that it didn't early on, but it took a while to kind of get to where it is.
Yeah, there's some Arabian Nights happened, everyone. It happened.
Okay, so your next card, Horn Imp.
Horn Imp.
Horn Imp.
What was the first one that he had that Shadow had? Had some other sort of imp.
Oh yeah, the Soot Imp.
Soot Imp. Okay. Oh, and I forget what he said. Damn it.
that was
this
magic.
Would obviously be related to that one. I mean, I don't know if it actually is, but it seems like it should be. I think he said magic because he could see what the art was. So we're gonna say that a horn imp is also magic.
Incorrect. A Horn Imp is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, come on. My logic of guessing was perfect.
Unless it also has a Horn Imp. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, so Bota, your final card. Anarchist Monk Ranshin.
Anarchist Monk. Can you spell Ranshin, the name for me? Not like it helped me last time, but
Ranshin.
Okay. I'm going to say magic because I know that they have some actual character, named character type cards. So I'm going to say that it's one of those.
You going for magic?
So magic. Yep.
Incorrect. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Anarchist Monk Ranshin is Yu-Gi-Oh! So at the end of that round, Bota has 14 points. Shadow has 11, but Shadow had an insanely good round right there.
I, in fact, did half as well that round, so I'm happy.
Okay, so the next round, Star Wars Expanded Universe, true or false?
Yes.
So the old Star Wars Expanded Universe, now known as Legends, was full of strange ideas. I will read out an Expanded Universe fact, and you have to tell me whether it's true or false. You will have 4 questions each, and each correct answer is worth 1 point. Shadow, you've won first the past couple of rounds, so I'm going to give this one to Bota.
Give it Bota. All right.
Right, so Bota, your first Star Wars Expanded Universe fact. Boba Fett was best man at Dengar's wedding. True or false?
Remember, I definitely would have read it if it was a thing, but it's been a while. I'm going to say false.
You're going for false?
I'm going to say false.
I'm afraid the correct answer was true. Despite being betrayed by him twice, Dengar still helped Boba after escaping the Sarlacc pit, turning them from enemies to allies. This was covered in the Tales from the Jabba's Palace anthology of short stories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I probably read that once. Yeah, okay.
It saved
I remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was one of the chicks, one of the dancers, I think, from Boba's Palace.
Oh, yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the one who has like 6 tits, and they became friends, and then they ended up marrying. I think vaguely that rings a bell.
Shadow, your Star Wars Expanded Universe fact: Palpatine had a 3-eyed son called Triclops.
This would be the most comic book shit ever if this existed.
Yeah, if this is a thing, it's Dark Empire.
No, it's not Dark Empire. It would be like a weird ass. Like,
yeah, because there was
like
some
one-off comic.
some other oddball Marvel ones. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with false because if this is a thing that was written, it was not like canon. It was like one of those. This is a silly thing we came up with, but we thought it was funny, so we made it anyway. So I'm gonna go with false and hope they didn't do that.
Right, so you're going with false?
Yeah.
I'm afraid it was true. It was in the Jedi Prince series aimed at younger readers, starting with the glove of Darth Vader.
Okay.
So
I've never read those.
Basically, EU books for kids.
I'm gonna ... hope they never did that. Famous last words regarding the Star Wars EU.
I know. In hindsight, I was like, "Ooh, this is like too weird for like this not to be true." Right?
Right, Bota.
I think I did read the Glove of Darth Vader. Now that I think about it, yeah. Yes, go ahead. I'm ready. He said, not ready at all.
Your Star Wars fact: C-3PO unwittingly found himself becoming a member of a droid revolutionary group led by an IG-88 assassin droid.
True. And if this was written post-Disney buyout, it would have been led by L3 instead, but true.
This is true.
It's actually false.
It's false?
It's false.
He did become... Okay.
So, like, there was a planned droid revolution, and it was also planned by IG-88 droids, but 3PO was not a part of that.
3PO had no part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
3PO did join a droid revolution at one point, though, so maybe I guess it wasn't led by an IG-88.
Would have been a different one then, yeah. Because I remember, like, IG-88 was I have these, like, 4 bodies, and one of them, I'm going to rule the galaxy by uploading it to the second Death Star. This couldn't possibly go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so Shadow, your Star Wars EU fact: an Imperial warlord experimented on an Ewok, allowing him to pilot a ship and speak Basic.
Okay, so this is a joke in the Rogue Squadron. It was in Wraith Squadron.
Yep, Commander!
Yes. And that they made it up, and it was a joke, and it wasn't a thing until it became a thing. Because they actually found an Ewok that they experimented on that could speak Basic and fly starships. So, yes, this is true. But it's like also... It's like a double blind.
So
yes, it happened.
You going for true?
Yeah.
You'd be correct. After being pranked into believing Wraith Squadron had an Ewok pilot called Ketch, Imperial warlord Singe was inspired to create his own called Kolot. This was featured in X-Wing Solo Command by Aaron Alston, and 2 of his subsequent novels suggest that Kolot is still working as a co-pilot.
The X-Wing novels are my favorite EU, hands down.
They're so good. They're so good.
Okay, but are you ready for your next Star Wars fact?
Yep.
Okay, so Darth Bane, the creator of the Rule of Two, was once a Jedi called Ulic Sin.
An era of EU that I'm not familiar with. Let's see. But the name sounds accurate enough. The name probably didn't belong to him, but it's as good a guess as any, so I'm going to say sure. That sounds true.
You going for true?
Yep.
You would be incorrect. Ulic Sin was a character from the fan film Night Quest. Darth Bane was always a baddie.
Oh, wow.
I may have said it wrong.
Well
but
played.
Yeah.
Well played.
Shadow?
Man. Yeah.
Your next question. Anakin's friend Kitster was kidnapped by Tusken Raiders and saved by Han and Leia.
Okay, so this could absolutely happen in a comic. This is the kind of callback comics like to do. It would be weird. So, Han and Leia saving Kitster. He was like sort of the premier friend, the one who got all the camera time in the movie. So
Anakin's best friend.
I can see them like around the time that movie came out having a comic and being like, and look, it's Kitster and Han and Leia. Check it out. Please love our movie. So we're going to go with true and hope that's what happened.
You are correct. It was indeed true. This was part of the novel Tatooine Ghost, which had Han and Leia traveling to Tatooine and learning more about Anakin's life on the planet, leading to Leia being able to forgive her father.
Interesting. I did not expect it to be a novel. That felt like a comic book for sure.
It's one of the ones I've read. It's not too bad. I think it came out pretty much right after Attack of the Clones, and it seemed like its purpose was only to connect the prequels to, the original trilogy in some way. So it had Han and Leia going to Mos Espa and basically interacting with all of Anakin's old friends.
Basically, Han and Leia doing the theme park version of the prequels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bota, your last expanded universe question. After being killed by Han Solo, Greedo was ground up, mixed into a drink, and served to Jabba the Hutt.
I'm gonna say no. That doesn't seem like a Jabba thing as much as it seems whoever the Hutt was that decided to make the Darksaber, that seems like more their kind of thing. For that to be a Jabba thing, I'm gonna say no.
So you're going for false?
I'm gonna say false.
You would be incorrect.
Oh, come on! I didn't get a single Star Wars EU question.
Wooha, the bartender from the Mos Eisley Cantina, wished to make a drink that would please Jabba. Jabba loved the drink.
This is in Tales from the Cantina, right?
Tales from Mos Eisley Cantina, yep.
Yeah.
So, Shadow, your final Star Wars Expanded Universe question. The charred remains of Vader's armor were taken and worn by a Sith cultist who claimed to be the reincarnation of Darth Vader. True or false?
That's so good. I hope they did that. It actually is like a super cool idea. I believe it too. Is this like Darth Cryad or something? I'm gonna go with yes. I'm gonna go with true on this one.
We're going for true. I'll be incorrect. In the Jedi Academy trilogy, Kip Duron, a student of Luke's that turns to the dark side,
he
attempted to discover Vader's armor, but found nothing but burnt wires, plasteel, and tatters of a cloak.
Okay.
So at the
I
end,
remember him going to the grave.
Yeah, but he didn't find the suit. It was long gone by then.
Not for lack of trying, then.
Yeah, but I was like, it could easily have been like something that someone did at a different point. Anyway.
Right, so at the end of that round, Shadow, you are on 13 points. Bota, 14 points.
Ooh, it's close now.
I got no points that round, but I had enough of a lead from the previous one.
There is
from
1
Magic
point
or Yu-Gi-Oh!
Difference between you, and it's time for the final round. Again, like last time, we have a choice between Star Wars or Middle Earth. So, Shadow, you are not in the lead, so you get to pick first. What would you like, Star Wars or Middle Earth?
So, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I'd be stronger on Star Wars, and I know Boda would be worse on Middle Earth. But the sportsman thing to do would be to give him Star Wars and make this like a more interesting final battle.
Yeah, it's the how tactical do you want to play of like, well, I think I could get more points in Star Wars than Middle Earth, but if I take Middle Earth, how badly does Boda not know Middle Earth? So time for you to gamble.
Yeah, like...
I don't know. I wonder what the chat thinks. I
I don't know how good Boda's knowledge of Middle Earth is. I don't. What are those maps back there? Is one of those?
There is a Middle Earth map. That away.
I will say,
can you? No,
maps will not help you.
Well, I wasn't planning on looking over my shoulder at it, but okay, good to know.
It also like really depends on this question. Like, some things in Middle Earth I'm gonna like rattle off like it's nothing, and some I'm gonna be like I have no idea. Same for Star Wars, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Middle Earth question and hope it doesn't bite me.
Okay, going for Middle Earth?
Yeah.
Okay, your question is, well, it's a choice between Star Wars and Middle Earth. You've gone for Middle Earth. I want you to recite from memory, as best you can, the ring verse from Lord of the Rings. So you know the I don't want to say it because it's going to give you it's going to give some up. So if you get 100% correct, word for word, you get 10 points. If you fumble it a little bit, but you've mostly got it, 5 points. If you struggle, but at least you finish it, 3 points. And if you absolutely cannot finish it, 0 points.
Ooh.
I think this is one I actually would have been able to do. I don't know. I would have gotten at least 5 on this one.
And I will say it is. It's the book.
Like you asked me the question.
It is the
like,
book version, not the movie version. There is a slight difference.
I haven't read the books in so long.
I feel like if he gives the movie version word for word, he should get like 7 points or something.
Yeah,
give him credit for that.
I hadn't considered that, but yeah, that's a very good shout.
It's like one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to. Is there one more verse? One ring to draw them into the darkness and bind them, but it's something like that.
There is something beforehand about other rings being given to other.
Oh,
rings.
You want like that whole thing?
The whole thing. The
whole thing. Okay. Like the 9 rings were given to humans, and this.
Yep. All of that.
All of that. Jesus, there's so much. I gotta remember how this goes then.
Remember, you don't have to get 100% correct. That's only if you want the full 10 points. If you struggle, but at least you finish it, you do get 3 points.
I don't think I'm going to word for word this, just because there's so much text that I don't remember exactly anymore. But I like paraphrase. 9 rings were given to the humans. Like 9 rings given to like human kings.
Okay.
And something about them being corrupting them. And 5 were given to dwarves. Just to like enhance their greed. And then 3 were given to elves. And 1 ring to rule them all. Draw them into the darkness. Bind them. It's find them, bind them. That's, I think, the best I'm going to do on the spotlight right now.
Right, so you're going to go for that. That's your submission?
I think so.
Okay, so I think for that, I'll probably have to give you 3 points. You know, you struggled with it, but you finished it. The full quote, well,
can I try to... I know I'm not going to get points. Can I try to take a stab at it?
May as well. Why not? Let's go for it.
There was 9 rings for the human kings something, 5 for the dwarves in their halls of bone, 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, a line I don't remember, and then 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. And then there might be 1 line after that.
Go Bota. I mean, I'd still give you a 3 for it, but actually, maybe a 5.
That might
For that one.
there's somewhere in there, maybe a 4.
yeah.
But anyway, I don't get points. I just wanted to take a stab at it.
The full ring verse would be 3 rings for the Elven Kings under the sky. 7 for the Dwarf Lords in their halls of stone.
7.
9 for mortal men doomed to die. 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. 1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring to find them. 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie.
Yeah, that land of Mordor line I always forget on both of those, but yeah.
Right, so
I wasn't going to get that.
Okay, so Star Wars 1.
Can you think what the equivalent may be?
You can ask him the Jedi code, aren't you?
Okay. It's the Jedi code, I assume?
It's not. It's
oh, dang.
It's a lot more knowable. It is. I would like you to recite as best you can. Again, same criteria for points. The opening crawl to A New Hope.
Oh.
I'm glad I took the one I did. Have fun.
Oh, and like if you had said that it was going to be like Princess Leia's thing to Obi-Wan, I would have been able to do that.
I was hoping to be like sing Leia's Life Day song from this Christmas special.
I will say Shadow is on 16 points. You are on 14. If you struggle, but at least you finish it, you've won this. If you can't finish it, you've lost.
I don't think I can finish it. Oh no. Like I know some of the beats that
Can you remember the first sentence?
I don't even remember the first sentence.
If it helps,
striking from a hidden rebel base, they're stealing the plans to the Death Star, but I don't remember how any of them fit together.
Right. If it helps, just picture this. Do 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 do. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. John Williams, Star Wars. Episode 4.
Is there like it's a time of galactic conflict? Might be one of the lines.
I can't say
otherwise.
Yeah.
Striking from a hidden, from a secret base. Rebel spies have stolen plans to the Death Star, a fearsome battle station of the Galactic Empire, and now they're on their way to deliver these plans to General Obi-Wan Kenobi. Something 4 ellipsis. That's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Do you want to maybe give it another try, or? Well, not another try, but refine it a bit more.
I think I hit enough. I think I hit enough info points that I should get 1 point out of that, but that still leaves me 1 shy and with the loss. And unfortunately, I cannot think of any more than that for the crawl.
I bet I could do the first paragraph.
Right, let's see. So, Shadow, if you want to give it a go,
I hand it over. I accept 1 point if you'll give it to me, but I hand it over.
I have seen enough of this first paragraph in various video games that I think I can do it. It's a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Galactic Empire. And then it's like a whole thing about them, like Rebel spies have recovered the plans for the Death Star.
You both really should have switched.
Something. And then Princess Leia is racing home. Is something about her being a custodian, I think, and then racing home, but she's being tracked. That's what I got.
Oh my god!
You're doing very well. Very well. Shadow, I think if you were getting points, I would have given you 5 points for that. You fumbled, but you mostly got it.
Yeah.
But you didn't mostly get it.
No,
Although-
no, I think I hit enough points to maybe get 1 point, but that still leaves me with a loss. I would try to argue for one. Yeah.
I mean, 1 point isn't really a micro. Right, how about this? I will read it out.
I was gonna say, give me 1 point just because I got the 4-dot ellipsis instead of 3 dots.
I will read it out, and we'll see what we think. So,
Okay. No.
it is a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Galactic Empire. During the battle, Rebel spies managed to steal secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star, an armored space station with enough power to destroy an entire planet. Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, Princess Leia races home aboard her starship, custodian of the stolen plans that can save her, people, and restore freedom to the galaxy. 4-dot ellipsis.
I shouldn't even get 1 point.
No, I think you are being harsh on yourself. You struggled a bit. It's like you've got imagine you rewrote the crawl with a thesaurus.
yeah, okay.
You got the main points. You got them in there.
Yeah.
But do I feel? I see. I can't give you 0 points for that.
Right.
But can I give you 3? I don't know. I could give you 2 points and make this a tie.
Tied 2 points.
I was going to say, if you give me 2 points and it's a tie, what's the tiebreaker?
I hadn't planned a tiebreaker. Okay, no, I've got a tiebreaker. Bear with me.
Okay.
All right.
Did I get 2 points out of that then?
You get 2 points. I thought I had a tiebreaker. I cannot find the tiebreaker. Bear with me.
Wow.
Hi, chat.
Yeah, like that's like if we had switched answers, that definitely, because I did a lot better with the ring verse. You did a lot better with the crawl.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of funny.
For the tiebreaker,
That's funny.
I have this book, Obsessed with Star Wars, an electronic trivia book, which is bloody difficult.
Yes.
So, what I will do, if it still has any battery left in it, which it does, it says, go to question 2132. So, 2132, I will find 2132 in this book. 2132. Okay.
And is this going to be a simultaneously we got to buzz in to answer it, or just yell the answer?
I will say let's do a buzz. Okay.
Okay.
So, 2132. How much did Jabba offer Boush, or was it Boush, when the bounty hunter presented the crime lord with a shackled Chewbacca? Do you want me to give you the multiple choice?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
A, 30,000. B, 25,000. C, 50,000. Or D, 90,000.
Buzz.
Okay, Boat has buzzed in. So, your answer?
Hold up. Offered or ended up giving at the end of negotiation? Actually, I'm sorry. I'll debuzz to have a clarifying.
So this is how much did Jabba offer Boush?
How much did Jabba offer? 15.
You're going for 15 isn't an option. It's 30, 25, 50, or 90.
25.
You're going for 25, so I will press the B button.
Can I put in an answer too?
Yeah, go for it.
I think it's 30.
You're going for 30, so
Yeah.
I'll press the button for... What was your answer again, Bota? Sorry, it was...
25.
25, so... Bota, you are correct. 25,000, you get the point. So
that was one of those, there was negotiation, and I thought that like it landed on 30 at the end of negotiation. Like Jabba was like 25, it's like, no, 50. Oh, you're tricky, whatever, take 30. Okay.
Well, are you all correct?
I was thinking it was like, it's supposed to be 50, and then Rob was like, no, I'm going to give you 25, and then she pulls out the thermal detonator. And then like, you're ballsy. I'll give you 50.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it went. So it went to a tiebreaker. Wow, but Bota, you are the king of quarantine. How does it feel?
I gotta catch my breath. That was really cool because like there were rounds that obviously were the better. Well, I mean, Shadow obviously had the edge in Magic versus Yu-Gi-Oh! I happen to have an easier list for Metacritic, for higher or lower. And then like that last one, again, the fact that we ended up having the questions that we weren't able to answer as well as the other contestant made it really interesting.
Yeah.
So, yay! That was fun.
Yeah, that was close.
Well, you certainly, there are a lot more points, on offer here than Teague and Martin.
Yes, it was a much higher scoring game.
But anyway, that has been Quiz in Your Quarantine. Thank you very much, you guys, for playing. Thank you very much to everyone in the chat for watching. I'm sorry I didn't actually
applause for chat.
Look at it much, but yeah, clap for the chat. Woo! Who do we have in the chat? We've got people. We've got lots of people, but yeah, thank you, chat people. And we will see you all next time with, I think is it Sanis and Regan next? Maybe. I don't know.
Right.
I think so.
Unless they're,
Sandal and Raygun.
Yeah, Sandal and Raygun. Right, so thanks very much for coming, and see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.